welcome to another edition of Ruggers with the recent Under-20 International Championship that we had, where we played, or the Baby Box played against Uruguay and Argentina. And with all the rugby that's taking place now, Currie Cup, etc., we said, let's look at the young talent that's currently out there and the up-and-coming talent for the future, specifically who will possibly become future Springboks. And to kind of get a guidance of age, we said, let's look at the under-23 group, in other words, players up to the age of 22, Carl? 23, yes, what talents are out there. So for the next couple of episodes, we'll be focusing on that. Today's episode, we'll be looking at the loose forwards, the 6, 7s and 8s, Carl.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think we must differentiate. There's people that believe a 6 can play as a 7, that can play as a 8. I believe, especially a 6, South Africa's got almost no real 6. And with a 6, I mean a ball fetcher, a guy that's playing to the ground, a guy that can slow down the opposition's ball, loose ball and that kind of stuff. And so we must also determine what do we want from a 6, what do we want from a 7, and what do we want from an 8. Because 8s, you've got two different people. You've got the 8 that fall back with your Warren Whiteley type of player, or you've got your Dwayne Vermeulen that's up front. But Dwayne covers at the back also. But he's your more physical player that carries the ball and do the bigger tackles. So there's a lot of things that influence a decision on a certain position.
The difference between blind side and open side flank roles, briefly?
Yeah, your 6, like I said, is your fetcher. That's the guy that plays to the ground. And he's the guy that must concede at least 2 or 3 penalties per game, because he's always on the border of offside or on the border of playing illegally a ball and that kind of stuff. So, and you mustn't see him. If you see a number 6 on the rugby field, he's not doing his work. He's the guy that must be underneath, not seen.
Okay.
Your number 7 is your taller guy. That's also your line-out jumper. And he's the guy that also runs with the ball. So he's your more physical, he's your showboat.
Yes. And then your number 7 can also double as your lock. That we see this we see this quite frequently happening now. Peter Steff, as an example. I mean, there's many more, and we'll get to some of the names now. It's actually, they fluctuate between lock and number 7.
Not really. I mean, the only guy that's tall enough to be a lock, there's no one that's tall enough to be a lock, because, I mean, you must be 1.982 meters to be a lock. But not in South Africa. We do it completely different here.
All right. Well, starting with number 6, we've got a little list of names here. Jacques and Sharks.
Yeah, Jacques played his first game. I know at school he played number 6, but at the under-20 international series, the final game against Argentina, he did not impress as a hooker, because he stood behind Jan Hendrik Venter. Jan Hendrik Venter. Jan Hugo Venter. Andre Hugo Venter. So he didn't get an opportunity, but the last game they played him at 6, and he was absolutely brilliant.
Excellent. Dylan Richardson. Yes.
Dylan again. Dylan is a hooker. Oh, no, Dylan is not a hooker. Dylan is a number 6 flank that the South Africa and Sharks want to convert into a hooker. And I mean, Dylan is almost going, I mean, he's what, 1.84. So he's also short and everything, but he's starting to also to become a number 7, because he does carry the ball very well.
And he's all over the place.
But that's your. If you take Quagga that we said supposed to be dropped, Quagga's a 6, because he plays towards the ball.
Yes,
that's his job.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think this season's the first time that Quagga started playing at 8.
Yeah, he played before for the Lions and that also, but that's
that's not how we got to know him.
Yeah,
we got to know him as a flanker. Those are the 2 outstanding players at number 6.
And I would like, and I know people is going to be mad at me, but Andre Hugo Venter will also make a brilliant number 6.
That's interesting. Yeah, has he played hooker all his life?
I think
As far as I know, from grey days,
Yeah.
he's always been at hooker. if
but
I'm
he
not
would
mistaken.
also be a very, very good number 6.
Definitely.
So it's hookers. If you don't make it, or if you're a good hooker, you can also play 6.
Oh. At the number 7 position, yes, Simon Miller, definitely. 1.96 meters tall, my height, or just slightly shorter than myself, and 108 kilograms. Saw him at lock.
They play him at lock but I saw when he played for Western Province on Saturday, he played at 7.
Yeah, well, there's the example of the interchange between lock and flank. But also brilliant at
No, he's brilliant. I personally think Simon is our next Peter Steff.
yeah, definitely a prospect for the future. For Bok, Vincent Suzuka,
Played a brilliant game on Saturday.
the try that he basically ran from the Lions quarter
Yeah.
all the way through.
But there's one problem with Vincent. I don't think he's a South African citizen.
Interesting.
I think he comes from the Congo or somewhere. But obviously after 3 years you can, and he's been in South Africa for how many years?
But had a brilliant game on. But as a matter of fact, every game that he plays, he stands out.
Yeah, no, definitely. The two Suzuka
In your
brothers.
face, hard player.
Yeah, because he played lock last year. I mean, he's 195 and he played lock for the Lions last year.
Carries the ball very strong.
Very strong, yeah.
Sibusiso Sangweni.
Yeah, he also came on yesterday. Played a very good game, and he's now again going back to the 6 because he's only 1.88, and at 1.88 you're not a weapon in the lineouts.
Yes.
So maybe we can move Sibusiso also, but Sibusiso also likes to run with the ball.
Correct.
And so he's got to change his whole attitude towards playing rugby if he plays for me. If he plays for the other guys, they don't care. 6 and a 7, according to them, there's no difference.
Yeah. And he's also from the Lions. Ulrich Lowe from the Bulls. 1.95 meters, 112 kilograms.
Yeah, very abrasive player. I mean, he shot to stardom when he went when he moved to the Bulls. Big story I know about him is when he challenged Dwayne Vermeulen on the practice. Apparently he looked him in the eyes and said, "Listen, nou balle, kom ons jaw." So, but also a brilliant player that he got the right opportunity and now he's up there at the best. With the best. But didn't he play at 8 on yesterday?
If I'm not mistaken, I'll just have to. I had my team sheet here now.
I think I saw him in the number 8 jersey.
Correct.
So yeah,
there you go.
all right.
Marcel Tennyson, Western Province.
Yeah,
1.92
him and
meters.
Evan Roos is already starting to form a very good partnership at Western Province. Brilliant player. So at 7, I personally think we've got more than enough supply in 5 or 6 years.
To have some very good,
Yeah.
good flanks on that position. Number 8, George Cronje. Yes.
Now, George is now injured. He's seemingly off for the rest of the year, but a brilliant number 8. Also, he's more your Dwayne Vermeulen. He likes to run with the ball. He's your more aggressive type of player.
Currently with the Free State.
Yeah, he's at the Free State, yeah.
Yes, and of course Franco Horn.
From the
Franco
Bulls?
Horn from the Bulls. Yes.
No, Franco is from the Lions.
No, it's Lions. I was going to say
Franco,
captain
sorry.
of the Lions.
He's the captain of the Lions.
Captain
yeah.
of the Lions, just under 2 meters, 103 kilograms, and currently leading the Lions.
Yeah, but he's now more your Warren Whiteley type of player. Very fast, great handling, all that kind of stuff. So,
I remember the days we were playing for Paul Boys. Also, his style of play at the time. And speaking of Paul Boys, I'm going to get to the Paul Gymnasium player now, Miller Ace from the Bulls. Yeah, also very strong ball carrier, great on defense. For a big guy, hard, intense work rate.
Yeah.
And specifically again in yesterday's game.
And one guy we forgot at the 7s is Gumede from the Sharks.
Yes. And a lot of talent, more talent.
Yeah.
Pepsi Buthelezi, Sharks.
Well, I think the problem the other number 8s will have, that Pepsi is obviously already earmarked as the next Springbok captain.
Interesting.
Everybody says he's going to be, he's following in the footsteps of Sia. He's a brilliant captain, take nothing away from him. And he's also a very abrasive player, playing forward and everything. What I like about Pepsi, he's very vocal as a captain.
Yeah.
He speaks to his team and everything. Brilliant player, yeah.
And then Van Roos, outstanding season so far for Western Province. Really come to shine after not getting any game time at the Sharks.
At the Sharks, because Evan was standing behind Pepsi and Gumede.
Exactly. So great move to get him to the province, and now he's flourishing.
Yeah, you won't say that. I think the Sharks are pulling their hair out of their heads because they lost Evan.
Oh.
Because I think if you but who do you play at 8? Do you play Evan at 8 or do you play Pepsi at 8?
Exactly. So
And unfortunately, we're going to sit with the situation and see. I played a hell of a game on Saturday, according to me. I see the pundits say that I'm stupid, but the captain will obviously get
preference. But
Evan is a good 7. Saru wanted to make him into a 6. I don't think. I think he's too tall for a number 6. But Evan definitely a Springbok in the making.
It's just a question of time.
Yep.
Travis Gordon from the Lions.
Yeah, Travis had two years of a lot of injuries, but Warren Whiteley. He's a brilliant captain also. Brilliant link between the forwards and the backs. He's your typical Warren Whiteley. That I'm not saying he's scared of contact, but he avoids the contact. And I mean, that's the type of rugby he plays.
Yeah. Well, that's it for the loose forward list. Anything you want to add on that one?
Yeah, who will you pick? No, come on.
You see, now it comes down to what's the game plan? What type of rugby do you play? What do you want from your flanks? What do you want from your 8th man? That's probably going to be the deciding factor one day, whoever coaches the Springboks, for these people to get picked into those positions. But I don't know, at this stage, if you ask me, the outstanding player of the 8s is probably Van Roos for me personally.
Yeah.
From the 7s, I think Simon Miller, basically from what I've seen him, especially in the baby box. And then number 6, Dylan Richardson. Those will just from what I see now, that'll be my
yeah, that's not going to go down well at Saru and those guys, because Pepsi Buthelezi will be there unless he gets injured.
Yeah, but once again, it is.
But according to me also, but I think with this group of loosies, none of them can be certain to become a Springbok in 4 or 5 years' time.
That's the thing. But at least the talent is there.
Yeah.
So,
So at loosies, Springboks 4 or 5 years, when the guys are 26, 27, 28, these pences fall.
Yes, and hopefully we will retain these players.
Yeah, we will.
And not lose them across the ocean.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.